G'day YouTubers. It's been a while since the last video. Thought I'd give you an update on how the system's going. So I just put a bit of wood over the top of the sump because the tree's leaves were coming down and landing in there. But yeah, we planted a bunch of different veggies, or I planted a bunch of different veggies, and pretty much the idea was behind it, I wanted to see which ones would grow really well in this system. So the trials worked pretty well. We've got a few really good potential plants. This one here, obviously the sweet potato, if you watched the last video, it wasn't even on the ground yet. I said I was going to drape it into a pot, and it is definitely draped in there. It's got roots in there, and hoping that it's going to grow some sweet potato in there as well. That's just gone absolutely nuts, that thing. It's also got another tape root that's coming down here that I'm just probably going to put in another pot. Then we have the okra. It's got its first fruit there, a vegetable should I say. That's awesome, that thing's going nuts. The Mad Hatter's capsicum is going okay, but haven't had any signs of flower yet. It's got a new shoot there that's looking pretty healthy. Same with the passion fruit, it's going really well. All because lettuce died. Now look, that's probably because sometimes the flood and drain system wasn't working perfect. A little bit of stuff will get stuck here, and maybe it wouldn't drain for a couple of hours until I'd notice it. That's probably why they died. That there cauliflower, just kind of hanging on. I'm not sure if that's going to survive. Just chucked it in there randomly. Chilies have gone off. Cherry tomatoes have done really well. The eggplant, it's got a new shoot there, but it did take a while to kind of revert back and get used to it. Beans, surprisingly, really well. The cucumbers, these were going really good, but they had a lot of white ants. As you can see, there's still a few ants there, but it had a lot of actual mites should I say. And so I went to my local store and they gave me this. I don't recommend using this. It pretty much bleached my leaves. I think it seems like it's just made of soap, pretty much like the compounds you would use to make soap. And yeah, it completely destroyed my plant overnight. Well, you can see the leaf damage. So I wasn't happy that that was what I was recommended. There's probably not many alternatives that you can use. You know, it's a really natural one because you don't want to be damaging your fish. But here are the Barra. All of them have survived. I've added one that he was a little bit sick that I got from work. And as you can see, they still eat pretty actively. I've just given them a feed, so they're not really hungry at the moment. Biggest one's getting to be about maybe 20 centimeters, 25 centimeters. And they're all pretty relative size. And then we have the new batch of Barramundi in here. I'm not sure if you can see them, they're actually pretty small. And the red claw yabbies, there's one down there. And this batch of Barramundi I forgot to feed for a day. Literally one day, and they cannibalized. 4 of them got eaten. So I only started off with a smaller amount because I thought, oh, I did well on the first one, I'll be able to keep them all alive. No, that wasn't the case. If you forget to feed these guys for one day, they will just eat each other. I'm not even sure how many I've got left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's probably about 6 left. And that was out of like 12, 6. Yeah, I can only see 6. So you got to really be onto the feed with the Barramundi, otherwise they will eat each other. Once they get to about this size, it's a little bit harder for them to kind of kill and eat each other. So you don't get as much cannibalism, but it still can happen if you forget to feed. But yeah, the system's going really well. Sorry about the dodgy camera work. So pretty much the ones we've identified that'll go off in the system, the vegetables that'll grow really well, I think, are the sweet potato, the okra, and the beans. I'm not sure about really bothering with the beans. I really wouldn't mind doing a different type of vegetable, but eventually it'll just be all sweet potato in this one here, and probably all okra in that one there, and then something in this. I haven't decided yet. If anyone knows in the comment section, please post a comment of a good aquaponics vegetable that's easy to grow and, you know, for slack people. Alright guys, stay safe, wash your hands, peace out.